The word for this video is take. As a noun, take means the or an act of taking. As a noun, take means something that is taken, a haul. As a noun, take means an interpretation or view, opinion or assessment, perspective. For example, what's your take on this issue, Fred? As a noun, take means an approach, a distinct treatment. For example, a new take on a traditional dish. As a noun, take means a scene recorded, filmed, at one time, without an interruption or break. A recording of such a scene. For example, Act 7, Scene 3, Take 2. As a noun, take means a recording of a musical performance made during an uninterrupted single recording period. As a noun, take means a visible, facial response to something, especially something unexpected, a facial gesture in response to an event. For example, I did a take when I saw the new car in the driveway. As a noun, take means an instance of successful inoculation, vaccination. As a noun, take means a catch of the ball, in cricket, especially won by the wicket keeper. As a noun, take means the quantity of copy given to a compositor at one time. As a verb, take means to get into one's hands, possession or control, with or without force. For example, I'll take that plate off the table. As a verb, take means to receive or accept something, especially something given or bestowed, awarded, etc. For example, the camera takes 35 mm film. As a verb, take means to remove. For example, take 2 eggs from the carton. As a verb, take means to have sex with. As a verb, take means to defeat someone or something in a fight. For example, don't try to take that guy. He's bigger than you. As a verb, take means to grasp or grip. For example, he took her hand in his. As a verb, take means to select or choose, to pick. For example, I'll take the blue plates. As a verb, take means to adopt, select, as one's own. For example, she took his side in every argument. As a verb, take means to carry or lead something or someone. For example, I'll take the plate with me. As a verb, take means to use as a means of transportation. For example, he took the bus to London and then took a train to Manchester. As a verb, take means to visit, to include in a course of travel. As a verb, take means to obtain for use by payment or lease. For example, he took a full-page ad in the Times. As a verb, take means to consume. As a verb, take means to experience, undergo, or endure. As a verb, take means to cause to change to a specified state or condition. For example, he had to take it apart to fix it. As a verb, take means to regard in a specified way. For example, he took the news badly. As a verb, take means to conclude or form a decision or an opinion in the mind. For example, took a dim view of city officials. As a verb, take means to understand, especially in a specified way. For example, don't take my comments as an insult. As a verb, take means to accept or be given, rightly or wrongly, assume, especially as if by right. For example, he took all the credit for the project, although he had done almost none of the work. As a verb, take means to believe, to accept the statements of. For example, take her word for it. As a verb, take means to assume or suppose, to reckon, to regard or consider. For example, do you take me for a fool? As a verb, take means to draw, derive, or deduce a meaning from something. For example, I'm not sure what moral to take from that story. As a verb, take means to derive, as a title, to obtain from a source. For example, As I Lay Dying takes its title from Book 11 of Homer's Odyssey. As a verb, take means to catch or contract an illness, etc. For example, took a chill. As a verb, take means to come upon or catch in a particular state or situation. As a verb, take means to captivate or charm, to gain or secure the interest or affection of. For example, took her attention. As a verb, take means of a material, to absorb or be impregnated by, dye, ink, etc., to be susceptible to being treated by, polish, etc. For example, cloth that takes dye well. As a verb, take means of a ship, to let in water. As a verb, take means to require. For example, finishing this on schedule will take a lot of overtime. As a verb, take means to proceed to fill. For example, he took a seat in the front row. As a verb, take means to fill, to use up time or space. For example, his collection takes a lot of space. As a verb, take means to avail oneself of. For example, he took that opportunity to leave France. As a verb, take means to practice, perform, execute, carry out, do. For example, Perez ran in to take the kick. As a verb, take means to assume or perform a form or role. As a verb, take means to bind oneself by. For example, he took the oath of office last night. As a verb, take means to move into. For example, the next team took the field. As a verb, take means to go into, through, or along. For example, go down 2 blocks and take the next left. As a verb, take means to have in use once recourse to. For example, take cover, shelter, refuge. As a verb, take means to ascertain or determine by measurement, examination or inquiry. For example, take a census. As a verb, take means to write down, to get in, or as if in writing. For example, he took a mental inventory of his supplies. As a verb, take means to make a photograph, film, or other reproduction of something. For example, could you take a picture of us? As a verb, take means to take a picture, photograph, etc. of a person, scene, etc. For example, the photographer will take you sitting down. As a verb, take means to obtain money from, especially by swindling. For example, took me for 10 grand. As a verb, take means now chiefly by enrolling in a class or course, to apply oneself to the study of. For example, as a child, she took ballet. As a verb, take means to deal with. For example, take matters as they arise. As a verb, take means to consider in a particular way, or to consider as an example. For example, I've had a lot of problems recently. Take last Monday. For example, my car broke down on the way to work. Then, etc. As a verb, take means to decline to swing at a pitched ball, to refrain from hitting at, and allow to pass. For example, he'll probably take this one. As a verb, take means to accept as an input to a relation. As a verb, take means to get or accept something into one's possession. For example, my husband and I have a dysfunctional marriage. He just takes and takes. He never gives. As a verb, take means to engage, take hold or have effect. As a verb, take means to become, to be affected in a specified way. For example, she took sick with the flu. As a verb, take means possibly obsolete, to be able to be accurately or beautifully photographed. As a verb, take means an intensifier. As a verb, take means to deliver, bring, give something to someone. As a verb, take means obsolete outside dialectal and slang. To give or deliver a blow to someone, to strike or hit. For example, he took me a blow on the head. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more word videos.